Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh, hell.
I actually was on a delegation to the EU with the House Democracy Partnership Institute, and she was on that delegation. And there was a member from Belgium that was there who was a total asshole, okay? He was saying, you know, your Congress isn't respected by your own president. He doesn't respect you guys. You guys are basically a joke. He was telling this to our delegation.
Sure.
And so I was kind of sparring with the guy. And then Ilhan spoke after me. She was sitting, I think, like 2 seats to my left. And Andy Ogles was there, Vern Buchanan, a few others. And she goes, and this blew me away. She goes, and she looks at the guy. She goes, you might not like what our president is doing, and you might not agree with our foreign policy. But when we're here, you will respect our president. She was talking about Trump.
Stop it.
And so that's why I say interesting, because like when we fight.
We talking about Ilhan Omar? The foreign agent? The Somalia? Somalia is home? The heifer that, you know, the one that married immigration fraud? The one that married their brother? The one they've been saying they had to revoke her citizenship and deport that heifer? The one that got up live on television and said, we must fear white men and white people in this country? She defended President Trump? She defended President Trump? That wasn't on my bingo card.
Together, right? And like, there's always this push and pull in politics, and politics is messy. But I didn't expect that being on a delegation with a foreign government, but she said that. And I think at that point in time, when you have that type of unified front, especially in dealing with the EU, was pleasantly surprising.
Wow. What was the follow-up afterward? Have you guys since then talked, or?
She is the co-chair of the Syrian caucus that I have, or that I'm heading up now. So, and we could talk about Syria probably separately. I don't know if we have time on the podcast, but so I think that, and then she actually joined, I think, on my bill to repeal the Patriot Act. But you know, there's still a lot happening in Washington, so it's not like we're always talking. But I mean, I do have conversations with people, and that's how everyone is in DC for the most part. Do we agree on a lot? No. And do I like what she said about Charlie? No. But I was surprised to hear that, so that's why I said interesting.
Do you trust her?
I don't agree with her, and politics is not about trust. It's about, and you don't ever want to make friends in politics, especially this game, because ultimately you realize that it's a very transactional field. But in that instance, I appreciated that she provided a united front to the jerk from Belgium.
Good for you for giving credit, because who was it? Sergio Gore or something like that at Charlie's memorial said, one thing about politics, it's the most transactional. The industry has a lot of transactional people, and it was talking about the fact that Charlie's a complete opposite.
Yeah, it is super transactional. That's why it's like, you don't want to get a friend in Washington, you get a dog. And it's true.
Boy. The world of politics, man. I honestly just couldn't wait to get into this. And even the title of this video, this came up on my recommendations as I was covering this earlier, and I was like, boy, I couldn't wait to check this out. But it says, hell freezes over as Ilhan Omar sides with President Trump. LOL, laughing out loud. But I want to send a huge shout out to Miss Miss Luna, man, I mean, you know, she does not let things go unnoticed, no matter what it is. No matter if she agrees or disagrees with you. No matter if you're on the other side, The world of politics is something, man. But I hope everybody that's tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy. And that you're having a great week so far, man. One love, family. I encourage y'all to continue to spread that love. We are living in some dark times, man. Quite frankly, we do not know what to expect next, We do not know what to expect next, man. Every day it's something new. Meme of the day, sing it. I came in like a wrecking ball. I came in like a wrecking ball. And they got Trump on the wrecking ball. Oh, yes. Tear it down, Trump. We got renovations to do, Mr. President. They say your main priority is the ballroom. They say we have to pay for it as well, sir. They came up live on television, sir, and lied to everybody. They have lied. They call it, what is it now? The ballroom hoax now? The ballroom hoax they're running with now as the government shut down. For them to distract, to gaslight, to lie, to blame this man for everything, to make him look as such a bad guy, the big bad orange man. He's destroying the country. You've lost your benefits, your SNAP, your EBT, because Trump is worried about the ballroom and he's overseas. That's what Democrats are saying right now. I tell you, what a disgrace.
You guys buy 5mind.com, well, it seems like hell has frozen over. Of all people, we're now getting reports that Ilhan Omar, apparently during a diplomatic trip in Europe, stuck her neck out to defend President Trump. Now, obviously, this is newsworthy. You don't see this kind of stuff every single day, right? Especially not one of the left's loudest voices. The one person who's constantly going on and on and on about the existential threat that Trump poses. Fascism this, fascism that. He's the most evil man to have ever walked the earth, right? That's what you hear when she's on MSNBC, but apparently when she goes to the EU, she's America first, baby. Apparently standing up for President Trump against these EU smack talkers, these Euro mutts who like to look down on America. Meanwhile, they should probably be looking inward at all of their own frickin' problems, their mass migration crises and failing economies, as they continuously depend on American generosity. But you know what? This is a great moment because it proves exactly what I've been saying forever, that when you step outside of the blue sky bubble, when you walk off the MSNBC set, when you're actually in the real world, the private opinion is much different than the partisan spin and partisan talking points, than the Democrat act, right? The orange man bad routine, I guess, has its limits. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on here. We got some stuff to get into. So let's roll the tape that she had with Ilhan Omar. Take a look.
I actually was on a delegation to the EU with the House Democracy Partnership Institute, and she was on that delegation. And there was a member from Belgium that was there who was a total asshole. He was saying, your Congress isn't respected by your own president. He doesn't respect you guys. You guys are basically a joke. He was telling this to our delegation. Sure. And so I was kind of sparring with the guy. And then Ilhan spoke after me. She was sitting, I think like 2 seats to my left. And this blew me away. And she looks at the guy. She goes, you might not like what our president is doing, and you might not agree with our foreign policy, but when we're here, you will respect our president. She was talking about Trump.
Stop it.
So that's why I say interesting, because like when we fight together, right, and like there's always this push and pull in politics, and politics is messy. But I didn't expect that being on a delegation with a foreign government, but she said that. And I think at that point in time, when you have that type of unified front, especially in dealing with the EU, was pleasantly surprising.
What was the follow?
Ilhan Omar let her hair down, y'all. Oh, man. She let her hair down.
Up afterward. Have you guys since then talked, or?
She is the co-chair of the Syrian caucus that I have, or that I'm heading up now. So I think that, and then she actually joined, I think, on my bill to repeal the Patriot Act. But, there's still a lot happening in Washington, so it's not like we're always talking. But I mean, I do have conversations with people, and that's how everyone is in DC for the most part. Do we agree on a lot? No. And do I like what she said about Charlie? No. But I was surprised to hear that. So that's why I said
Do
interesting.
you trust her?
I don't agree with her. And politics is not about trust. And you don't ever want to make friends in politics, especially this game, because ultimately you realize that it's a very transactional field. But in that instance, I appreciated that she provided a united front to the jerk.
Yeah, shout out to Ms. Luna, man. Not letting this go unnoticed, you know. Despite all the backlash that Ilhan Omar is still getting after her recent comments and what she said on the death of the passing of Charlie Kirk and, you know, stuff like that. Man, huge shout out to Ms. Luna for bringing this to the light. I know some of you might not care, a lot of you will. You know, let me know how you feel. Weigh in with your comments down below. You know, family. Oh boy, it says hell freezes over as Ilhan Omar sides and defends President Trump. Boy.
From Belgium.
Holy frickin' moly. Quote, you might not like what our president is doing, you might not agree with our foreign policy, but when we are here, you will respect our president. Wow. I gotta tell ya, that's obviously the right thing to do, but I am shocked, I'm surprised that Ilhan Omar, of all people, had the guts to say it. And look, you guys know my stance on Ilhan Omar. I'm not a fan of marrying your brother, I'm not a fan of immigration fraud, I'm not a fan of being a disingenuous liar Democrat, but what I am a fan of is putting these European snobs in their frickin' places. You know, this whole snobbish routine that comes from these EU people, it's just so tiresome and it's so unjustified. Look, I'm proud of my European heritage. I was raised to really appreciate being European. I love European history. I love the continent. But the way these EU people are always standing on a frickin' pedestal and looking down on us in the Americas, it's so frickin' cringe. They act all high and mighty, but they have nothing to stand on, especially not these days. They lecture us about autocracy and democracy. You can't do that with a straight face while your entire continent is ran by unelected bureaucrats. When you don't even have constitutional rights. You're all disarmed. You could get arrested for posting something spicy online. A total clown culture this European snobbery is. And to be doing it when you're in such a pathetic, weak position. I mean, the EU is basically the beggar in the room. Please, please, save us from Russia. Give us money. We need money every 2 frickin' seconds. And yet they have the audacity to look down on us. Before you do that, at least have a worthwhile system. At least build stuff that works. Secure your own damn borders. Pay your own defense bill. But until then, please spare us the Superiority Act, looking down on President Trump when the reality is, you'd be better off with your own frickin' President Trump. You wish you had President Trump's leadership. Instead, you have a bunch of smug, pretentious losers who cater to the elitist, globalist cabal at the detriment of European citizens. But of course, EU rant aside, going back on the whole Ilmar dynamic, I think it actually proves something that I've been saying for a while. This whole, Donald Trump's an evil dictator thing, the whole hashtag Trump resistance, it's all theater. Because if they actually believed it, they wouldn't be arguing to respect their president on the world stage. They'd be saying, please, Europe, save us. Just like Europe begged America to come help from...
We've been saying it for so long, man. They are some great actors. Great actors.
Adolf Hitler's rise. If Donald Trump was truly Adolf Hitler, right? You would expect that the resistance fighters going over to EU would be either seeking asylum there or begging for EU intervention, right? It just proves the whole thing is fake. And probably deep down inside, in reality, while Ilhan Omar pretends, her entire political viewpoint is Orange Man bad, I think behind closed doors and probably subconsciously, deep down inside, she's probably more America first than Orange Man bad. I said this yesterday in my video on Canada, of course following the Reagan propaganda ad fiasco. What a stupid miscalculation to be running propaganda ads in America on behalf of Canadian interest, thinking that people are going to turn against the president and side with you. How stupid do you have to be? Nobody sane is going to side with a foreign government over their own country. Whether you're Trump deranged or not, maybe an extreme, crazy minority, sure, but at the end of the day, people are more patriotic than that. And they're also selfish and self-interested. And so deep down inside, while they scream, "Oh, how dare Donald Trump do all these things," in reality, I think they're actually happy that he's defending their interest. And all of this, I think, serves the same purpose of exposing the hysterical act. It's rhetoric, it's propaganda. Democrats pretend that every Trump policy is doomsday, right? Donald Trump lifts a finger, oh, I'm dying, I'm now dead, oh, thousands and billions and trillions will now die. And time and time again, President Trump is delivering results. Inflation is down, real wages are rising, energy independence, energy strength, border enforcement, reshoring key supply chains. He's doing all these incredible things, and the Democrats are just telling you, oh, he's destroying the country. But deep down inside, you know that they're probably thinking, holy freaking crap, we wish our voters weren't completely batshit insane, and we could implement these policies without destroying our political credibility. Deep down inside, they'll blah, blah, blah on MSNBC at how Trump is destroying the economy, but they're probably happy that gas is cheaper at the pump, huh? It's all a frickin' act. It's Democrat theater. It's performance art. The Democrat Party is the party of drama queens, the party of theater kids, and this Ilhan Omar, I think, speaks to that perfectly now, doesn't it? Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's what's on my mind.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You just can't make this up, family. Weigh in with your comments down below. I love you guys. We got some more things to check out on today's show. Some things we're going to react to. A lot going on, man. Here we are, man. What do y'all think of this? I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, family.